Okay.
Dante comes in, says, hey, if the Jets trade up for a quarterback or waste a first-round pick on a tight end, please take me out back and end me because I won't be able to take it. I don't want to trade up for a quarterback. If the Jets sit at 7 and do the Daniel Jones kind of thing where we reach for like Jackson Dart or something, I can understand that. I can wrap my head around it. I don't like it. But once you get out of the top like few guys, Green Bean mentioned Malachi Starks. I think that's a fine swing of the bat too. But because of the impact that the quarterback can have, if you fall in love with the guy and he's there, I can live with that. I can totally understand it. You could even maybe talk to me about like jumping the Raiders with the Jaguars at 5. Like maybe there's some degree of consideration to that. I just like the 2026 class more than anything. I don't want tight end in the first round. I'm more tight end second, third round kind of guy. Bean, what are your thoughts on Dante's super chat here? Would you be upset with a trade up for a quarterback?
I would. I'd be very upset because you're going to be giving up stuff from next year. You know what I mean? Like it's just, you really, like was said, you're going to put yourself in a hole and there's no reason to put yourself in a hole. Like we have holes. It's like with the whole trade Brees and use your first on Genty. It's like, why create a hole? Like you, dude, aren't you guys aware? Like we need a right tackle. We need offensive line depth. We have one tight end. His name is Jeremy Ruckert. We have one wide receiver, really. His name is Garrett Wilson. After him, we got unproven, unknown Malachi Corley and Xavier Gibson and Irv Charles on the roster. I mean, we're going to cut Lazard, hopefully. You know what I mean? Then you go, we got no defensive tackles. You're going to need a linebacker. You need a cornerback too. We have no safeties. Like, why would we create a need? So trading up for a quarterback in a class that is really, it's not to say Cam Ward or Sanders aren't going to be good, but Sanders has only ever had his dad as a coach. Ever. Never. You're going to be the first place that he goes where Deion Sanders isn't holding his hand, right? And knows how to get through to him and whatever else. And it's us, the quarterback meat grinder that we are. You know what I mean? It's just, it's got shitstorm written all over it. And the truth is, I do like Cam Ward. I like him, but not enough to trade away my future. You know what I mean? And ignore all these holes. You're going to have to give up your first, maybe like what? First, third this year, second and third next year. Like, fuck that. You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
More than that. I think you got to give up 2026 first as well.
That's what I said. Yeah, next year's first and third. Like this year's first and third, next year's first and third.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're not doing it for a third. Now, if they would, if they're like, give us your third, I'm like,
we
done.
want the Mark Sanchez package, a bunch of ragtag players and your first round pick.
Oh my God.
Done.
Brett Ratliff.
Oh my God. Abram Elam. It was like a whole
it was crazy.
Crew of characters. Dude, that was the best trade up I think I've ever seen.
And why did he do it? Like we just fired Mangini.
Yeah,
but we just fired him unceremoniously in year 3.
Players. He's like, I screwed them up. See, I got players I wanted, and boom.
They don't know what they have. I know the worth and the value of these guys.
Pulled the hood over.
Maybe. Silly town.
Matt, your thoughts on wasting a first-round pick on a quarterback?
I don't want to draft a quarterback either. I found the tight end comment more egregious. I will not stand for this Tyler Warren slander in the chat right now. I get it if you want to take a guy in the second or third round. I'm open to that as well because of the other positions of need. But I don't know how you could look at the Jets' current tight end room and be upset if they came away with a player like Tyler Warren when they're only rostering right now Jeremy Ruckert. Tyler Conklin's a free agent. Kenny Yeboah's a free agent. He should be brought back as tight end 3. But Tyler Warren, it would be an impact in both the rushing attack and the passing attack. And one more thing, too. He can run the tush push. They do it at Penn State with him as lined up as a quarterback. So if you want to that shit, get that in there.
That's exciting.
See, Matt brings up a good point, too. As much as I don't want tight end, I think there's 2 great aspects and arguments for it. One, half the Jet fan base will lose their shit because we didn't take Bowers last year. And that's just, I'm going to eat popcorn all day for that. That's like hands down my favorite part of taking a tight end in the first round. The second part is you might wind up with like a D Milner or like, you know, some other flub of a draft pick at a different position when if you think Warren is a lock, sometimes just taking the guy that you know is going to be a stud or a starter and stable for the next bunch of years, sometimes that's not like the worst thing to do. We've done some boomer bust type players before in the past, and we've been burnt.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.